Thank you, Lisa, for inviting me. I sincerely appreciate your inclusive spirit. Before I begin sharing my US experience, I'd like to express my sincere gratitudes and pranams to all my gurus and my parents. Namaskar to all of you who've taken your precious time out of your busy schedules to be with us to celebrate the rich heritage of Odissi. My topic for today is building a cultural corridor in the US, triumphs, trials, and opportunities. I've been given 10 minutes and I hope I'll be able to, in a nutshell, share the process in which I tried to preserve, promote, and propagate the arts of Odisha in the US. Most of us who've grown up in India have had the opportunity to listen to stories from our mythology, scriptures, and other literature, and learn about our traditions and cultural practices from our parents and grandparents. So, in other words, we are familiar with the various themes that we present in the traditional repertoire of Odissi. But when we think about presenting Odissi dance in the US to multicultural audiences, it's obvious that they are not familiar with our stories and mythologies. So it becomes necessary for us to present the dance form in a manner or a way in which they can relate to and appreciate it. Before I delve further into the process, I'd like to share a bit about my background in Odissi dance. I was born and raised in Cuttack, and learning Odissi was easy. I was initiated into dance because my mother believed that studying an art form would contribute to the growth and development of a child. Secondly, Kalavikash Kendra, the College of Music and Dance, was founded by my uncle Sri Babulal Doshi. So going to Kalavikash Kendra and taking lessons was a part of my daily schedule. I followed this program of study as prescribed and then continued to work under the gurus on receiving scholarship from the central government. These 10 formative years of training provided many opportunities to perform in Odisha and in other states. The travels and the stage experience through these years, I can say, prepared me for my life. It taught me to come out of our comfort zones and adapt to new people, new foods, and adjust to the comforts and discomforts that came along, both on stage and off stage. As years rolled by through different stages of life, of youth, marriage, motherhood, professional pursuit, a lot of things changed. But my constant companion was Odissi dance. Odissi was my anchor. After my bachelor's study in Odisha, I moved to Mumbai in the late 70s. I taught Odissi in the Odissi Dance Center, founded by Pratima Bedi, performed extensively in Mumbai under the auspices of NCPA, Sursingar, Swar Sadhana Samiti, Vaitalik, Doordarshan and Films Division, and other community organizations during the first part of the 80s. Then I moved to Delhi and joined the Sangeet Natak Academy and became a program officer for dance in the academy. This was my little window into arts management and arts administration. I moved to the US in the year 1993 and my journey of trials and tribulations began. I thought it would be easy for me to adapt to this new home and culture because of my past exposure to new places and people and my proficiency in the English language. But it was not so. I suffered a sense of identity and struggled to understand how I could continue my career in Odissi. A seasoned dancer in India, I felt lost in America and scrambled to find a footing for myself. I would like to now share one remarkable experience I had that changed the course of my thinking. And it was when I was invited to an elementary school to showcase my dance form. The class comprised of students from different ethnicities, and I thought presenting the Shavatar would be an interesting topic because they would get to listen to 10 stories and learn about a moral too. With a lot of enthusiasm, I performed the Shavtar. On completion of the dance, I asked the children if they had any questions, and it took no time for a child to say that, "Could you have done Cinderella for us?" The teacher found this question rude and hushed the kid, but for me, this statement was an eye-opener. I soon realized that to help the diverse populations in America understand and appreciate the beauty of Odissi dance, I have to present narratives that they can relate to and can be on themes they are familiar with. With this thought in mind, I began my threefold approach in order to understand the multicultural people. I was living amidst and built a repertoire that felt like watching. First, I chose the path of educating myself. I joined the Ohio State University and began my master's study in the arts, education, and cultural policy program. I continued this after graduating with my master's degree. I continued the journey to pursue my doctoral studies. 7 years of this study helped me understand the American policies, the various cultures around me, and through the course in the arts and business school, through courses in the arts and business school, I learned how strategies of arts and business management can be applied to understand people and provide what they like. During this period, I also offered a course to undergraduate students in ethnic arts, a means to intercultural communication. This course was designed to expose students to world art forms with a view to understand and explore world cultures. Students read, researched, visited museums, met artists for discussions, and also delved into their own cultures. The objective was to help them understand diverse cultures and learn to appreciate cultural similarities and dissimilarities. This cultural immersion in the arts helped them build awareness, communication skills, and cultural understanding. They not only understood their own selves and their roots, but they also became curious to know about others. The second parallel path for me was focusing upon building awareness about Odissi dance in the community I resided in. Besides offering courses in universities in and around Ohio, I did lecture demonstrations, performances, workshops, wrote articles, and produced user-friendly multimedia learning tools to help students learn about Odissi dance and experience the movement technique. I could do this all as an artist in residence in the arts learning program of the Ohio Arts Council, Ohio Humanities Council, and other community organizations. I traveled to several schools, colleges, and universities sharing my dance. The third strategy I depended upon was on the community outreach. In this area, I found collaborations were a good way to connect with artists, work with them, and understand their art forms besides sharing mine. I noticed earlier that in Indian dance these collaborations helped me build new relationships and understanding of world arts. I also noticed that normally when Indian dance programs happen, the multicultural audience was sparse. So, in order to increase the attendance from the other ethnic groups, I realized that if I worked on themes familiar to them, they became curious in understanding my movement technique too. So I continued to experiment with new themes and curated programs where we could compare and contrast cultural practices and understand them deeper. So this overlapping attempt through education, experience, and experimentation kept me rooted in my traditional practice and also create new projects for the community, which became windows of opportunity for the people in America to experience, appreciate, and understand Odissi dance. In conclusion, I'd like to say that there is no one method or defined strategy to apply. But what I discovered and learned was that understanding the context, the people, and the times in which we are living is important in the business of the arts and dance too. Traditions are important and we need to preserve them. And this is my way of preserving, promoting, and propagating Odissi dance in the US. Thank you. Namaskar.